Hello, my beautiful soul family. I welcome you all to my channel, The Mystical Hummingbird. It's been a bit that I've been around here. Happy 4th to all those that are living in the United States. Commemorating Independence Day. It's been a very interesting day today. I have to share that today is a special day for me and my family. One of the reasons is that our mother passed away 4 years ago. And 4 years ago, our mother passed away, and it's been a very emotional day, and I'm sure you understand. So I have asked Spirit what I should bring to you. It's been a bit that I've been here. I've been really busy, summer, and doing different things and in my projects that I've been doing. So a thought came to me. If any of you are like me, I love to read heartfelt, sobby, handwritten love letters. Not necessarily just love letters, but just letters in general. Now I know that nowadays this is considered old-fashioned by some, and really, unfortunately, no longer practiced. I have yet to hear from those I know that they have experienced such a thing. Actually, in this day and age, texting is preferred to a phone call, and to actually speak to another person face to face is avoided, and when accomplished, people hide within their mask and agendas. Pretty much of the social is done online, like dating, finding a partner. So texting back and forth, plus there's a new language such as gaslighting and ghosting, etc. A sign that detachment, indifference, even the beauty of communication between people, the language of humanity, the expression of the soul, has been unfortunately been tampered with and forgotten by man, I feel. I remember back when we came to the United States from Chile, and our parents instilled in us to write weekly letters to our grandparents and loved ones. I am grateful for this, for that taught us to appreciate my family, our family, more, and how happy we would get when we received letters from our beloved grandma, Margarita. We called her Mommy, for she was the personification of a mother, what a mother should be. We kept our language, our traditions, and most of all, our grammar. So it was a win-win. The dynamic nature that exists in expressing one's heart, felt emotions through letters, love letters, are nowadays enjoyed by watching certain films and by reading. Some look at romanticism, for I have observed throughout the years how women feel. I don't really know how men feel about the subject, but I still comment, and friends comment with me on scenes from Little Women or Pride and Prejudice and other films and books as well, of Jane Eyre. One of them, when Mr. Darcy called Miss Elizabeth tolerable, for then to later his passionate declaration of love to her seemed to melt her. Anyway, but what I'm trying to get to is this: there are written masterpieces of the written word in many languages. The language's ability to evoke emotions that inspire and connects us with the better part of ourselves. I often ask myself, what's happened? What is happening to our humanity? I understand that there are individual preferences about our communication, and we cannot all speak Shakespearean English although I'm one of those that love and appreciate beautiful words. I also um, understand that archaic words and phrases are no longer in common use. There are layers to reality in our minds, I remaining invisible, for not all eyes see, feel the same world, not by secrecy, but by vibration, something we can all detect and feel if we are but just a bit curious, aware of consciousness, and our heart's truth are hidden. They remain hidden, for most wear masks, not conveying their true intentions, nor what makes them be who they truly are. So their speech is poorly related due to lack of self-knowledge, lack of their authenticity, and lack of self-love. I have become an observer of my own world, of life in general, that which surrounds me. So I thought one day, how wonderful it would be if we were all to receive a love letter from the universe, a love letter that could touch 8.2 billion people on this planet, for this many people inhabit this earth, this place we call Earth. Today, as I said before, is a special day for me. And well, every day for me is special, but being the commemoration of our mother's passing. She passed away 4 years ago on the 4th of July at 2 p.m. And I want to mention her, for she gave me life and taught me well. She gave me the best of her to my siblings and I, and to our entire family. My beloved mother, Patricia, or our beloved mother. Many call her Patty, or some called her grandkids called her Grandma V. Her last name was Vicencio, and they could not pronounce it properly, so it stuck with Grandma V, so everyone called her Grandma V. I mentioned my mama, for she taught me to write when I was a little girl, not yet in school, and she taught me to love the written word, as well as music, all kinds of music. She played the classical guitar. In fact, she left me her guitar, so I plan to learn to play it in the near future. So I was thinking about this love letter, because most people don't receive letters anymore. That I know of, I don't know many people that are receiving the, maybe there are some that write and have contact and enjoy receiving letters and sending letters. I'm one of those romantic ones that love letters. My mother taught me that, and my grandmother and my aunt. They're all passed away now. Both my dad had 8, well, he had more, he had like 10 siblings. I think there were even more, but only 8 survived. And then out of all of them, I kept in contact with 2 of my tias, which means aunts, my aunties. One of them moved to Australia, and we kept in contact. She always sent me letters. And I sent to my other tia Mimi, which her name was Dominga. She lived in Valparaiso. Well, she lived in Quillota, a place called Quillota. She wrote to us, and we wrote weekly letters to them. And then our grandmother, when she could still write, my grandmother, she passed away when I was 15 years of age, and that really demoralized me. It was a really hard, it was the first death that I had actually, close family that had left me. And I was very close to my grandmother. And many of the things that I know this today, I owe them to her, and also my mother. Everything that I've learned about life and about how to be, how to behave, was taught to me by my mother and my grandmother. So I thought, and I became quiet, and I got this idea that came to my mind. And I asked Spirit, I asked my lion, my father, what he wanted for me to express. And he said, why not a letter from the universe? Most people don't get love letters. So he wants for you to receive a love letter from the universe, which is Spirit, from him. And the first thing I heard was, beloved of my heart, you are loved, so very dearly loved. And why, you ask? For you are breathing. Wherever you may find yourself, we are on Earth that has 7 continents, and we are all dispersed throughout the 7 continents. The diversity is great. The languages are different. Traditions are different. But we all aim. You all want the same. We all want the same. Happiness, health, peace, abundance. Now, we live in a world that has forgotten who they are. You live in a world where you've forgotten who you are. I speak of myself, for I no longer can accept many things of this world, of this reality. And because I have a communication, a very close communication with Source, with Spirit, he tells me how special we are. That the communication that we can have, doors, spiritual doors can be opened for us to have a closer contact with heaven. And many years ago, I never thought that we could live heaven on earth, but last time I was here with you guys, I shared this book about the Forgotten Kingdom. The Forgotten Kingdom. And where is that kingdom? That kingdom abides here. The mind, the heart. There are many people in the world right now that are not knowing what they're confused about their lives. They're not. And many believe and think that they're on the right path. And that's wonderful, because everyone should be free to believe, to feel, to act in manner which serves them the best without harming anyone else. Now, today being the 4th of July, and I think of the Constitution of the United States of America, which the forefathers wrote. When I became an American citizen, I studied, and there were 100 questions, and unfortunately they only asked me 3. And I wanted them to ask me more, because I knew how this country was created and the beautiful ideals. I am looking and I'm seeing and I'm observing that many things are not right. And I don't understand many things. I'm not a politician. I don't understand laws and things like that, but I do understand what's right and wrong. I do understand when people are affected. I do understand when things are not the way they're supposed to be when there is harmony. And there isn't harmony, not just this country, but all over the world. And this is what I'm coming to you to speak to you about. One of the most important things for us, for humans, to know is to know the self, to know who you are, to know where your source is. What do you rely on? Who do you think you are? Where do you think you're going? And if you have answers for that, that's wonderful, again, I say. But there are many that don't. And to those that don't know, I'm going to tell you my story. I can only share my story with you. I have been here now in this channel that has been about a year that I've been here with you, sharing different thoughts and ideas, coming to you with the experiences that I've had since I was a child. For me, God is everything. And when I say God, I mean the universe, spirit, the essence of everything that is love. For God is love. I have some friends that are atheists, and when we're discussing different things, and they tell me we don't believe in God, we don't believe that there's a creator. And I said, that's fine. That's okay that you don't believe that. You're entitled to believe what you want to believe or not believe, or accept or not accept. Well, then I asked them, you love your family, you love your wife. And I said, of course, and our children and our pets. My friend, she has cows. They have a little farm. And we love our animals because they provide milk for us. And then we have chickens that give us eggs. And so, yeah, they love. And then I tell them, for me, God is love. So I rest my case. No longer need to discuss religion or anything like that, because I believe that we're spiritual beings living this earth and this physical vessel of ours, and trying to do the best that we can to live in this world and be in this world and yet not be a part of this world, because I am no longer a conformist. I will not conform to the ideals of others or the things that were taught to me from little. Some of the things I take, they resonate with my heart and in my soul, and I accept them. But the things that no longer make sense to me, cannot validate them anymore for me, so I disregard them and I let them go, because I feel that we are all in a spiritual quest. And I feel there's a mountain, and on top of that mountain, we will always achieve and receive that which we look for. For whenever you knock, someone will open, eventually. Now, God has told me many things, and when I say that, it's because I'm not ashamed, or I'm not embarrassed, or I'm a very humble person. I am not better than anyone else out there. I am not professing to be a prophet or anything like that. Although all of us can have and receive guidance from God and our angels and our spirit guides. But I think that we need to be more open and to open our hearts and our minds to our own selves, to find that what matters to us, what matters to you, what triggers you, to move. You are a being here on the earth. You're not just taking space. You are so loved. And if you only knew that there were hosts of angels around you, and if you all you have to do is ask. And when I say this, when I was demoralized and I didn't have understanding of my true essence of who I am, I was broken. I tried to take my life 3 times. I didn't want to be in this world anymore. I didn't understand hatred, for example. I couldn't understand that. How can people be hateful and be mean to each other and not be trustworthy? And I could not understand that. So I asked God the last time that I tried to take my life. I said, if you don't help me, if you, whoever you are, because I didn't really know what or who God was. I was just told, like in the Catholic Church, they tell you this, and in the other churches that I was in, they told you something else, and this, and yeah, this, and that. But I still had questions, and I still had questions that did not have answers. And now I understand that we are our own guru, our own teacher, because we have a higher self, and the inner child in us. God dropped a little bit of himself within us, regardless of what you choose to be. If you're a man and you live in this world like a man, or if you feel that you need to live like a woman because you feel like a woman, God respects all his children as I respect you. I don't have any qualms about the sexuality, because now we live in a world where there is so much diversity, and there's so many misunderstandings. But I think they're all of the self, and people need to find. When people find themselves, they will find the best part of them. When I've told you that my life is magical, I can't even begin to tell you how deeply touched I am, for God speaks to me daily, and I'm no different than you. I'm not better than you. This creator made things perfect, and people say, no, he didn't. What about this person that's sitting in the hospital with a brain tumor, or a child that's dying? All these different things. I understand all of that. There is something that we need to understand. We live in a world, there's duality, there's positive, there's negative, and everything is energy, and there's such a thing called karma, and there's dharma. We are all thought continuum. Everything's thought. And if I were to tell you that truly we live in a matrix, you'll probably think, oh, shut the F off, lady. When you are in a spiritual quest and you truly release and let go of yourself, and you go down the rabbit hole, if you want to call it that, and you are humble, I mean, you don't go and, okay, actually, I demanded. I was very upset when I received. I was upset, and I demanded, and I said, I expect. So I have expectations of my creator, of God, of the universe. But I can tell you, we are loved. You are loved. And there are sentinels, spiritual guides in each one of in our homes. There are hundreds for people. Your ancestors, my ancestors are helping me. I am in the world right now for the time being. I know there are other realities. I know there are other timelines. I know that truly you can live heaven on earth. But it's up to you. When I tell you that you are loved, so dearly loved, and that they're waiting for us to wake up so that we can have a great big party and celebrate our freedom. I don't know if any of you will understand me, but if I look back, in all the books that I have read, I can't, maybe hundreds of books I've read, and the things that I have attained, I attained the information that has resonated with my heart. I'm a simple person. Um, I want for you what I am seeing, what I am experiencing. But don't believe anything I say, not a word I say. But I tell you this, you are loved. You are loved in a way that you have no idea. The day that you acknowledge who you are, the day you acknowledge that you have a creator, you have a father, mother that watches over you and is concerned about everything about you, you will never doubt. You will walk on air. You will, all of a sudden, oh, you thought you didn't have any more money. Oh, you open up your purse and oh, where do those $500 come from? Oh, and things happen and things happen and things continue to happen. Then you have dreams. God talks to me through different avenues. He talks to me through music, through people, through books, the TV. And sometimes I ask why I am so loved. Why am I so? And God tells me why. And He wants to tell you as well. You are a being where your heart is beating. You are breathing. You are breathing the air. The air, the elements. Fire, water, air. The elements that are here, all the elements, they are part of this creation. And we are part of that creation. When we stop breathing, our spirit lifts off of our body and goes to another sphere, to another realm. And depending how we have lived this life, we attain different understandings and we go to higher spheres to understand different things, to create new things. But while we're here, we chose to come here to learn. And many will say, well, I didn't choose to come here. You don't know that right now. For the day when you start opening up through prayer and through meditation, breathing, calming yourself, finding a balance where you are walking in this life with the knowledge that you are part of everything and everything is part of you. And you become like a child with a childlike attitude of both humbleness and joy. And you know how kids they are like for Christmas, they are all so, what's the word? They just desire to experience, all the fun things. And I just have to tell you, sometimes I feel so much that it's difficult for me to express it into words. But the love that comes through to me, that God shows me, like even when I hear the thunder, God talks to me through the thunder too. And He told me, I mean, one day out of the blue, He asked me to work for Him. And I was like, okay, I'm really going crazy. But I have dreams that come to fruition. And I've been like this since I was a young girl. So I am a little bit, I think, different. Um, I guess because of my quest and because I'm an adventurer of sorts, like a pioneer in the spiritual world, because I've always been inquisitive about my origins. I want to know where I come from. I want to know what my purpose is. It's been shown to me. I know now. I don't know how long time I'm going to be here in this world, for none of us have a time. Oh yeah, I'm going to be here so many years, or this or this or that. But God talks to me, and I know things about me. I'm not speaking about other people, about myself, about what He expects of me. So again, I tell you, you are loved. You are loved. Regardless of the condition of your life, regardless of what has transpired in your life, because some people are born to parents that are not mentally healthy. We are sometimes born to families where there is abuse, and there are things that affect us. It's the father or the mother, or alcohol. They have alcoholism, and there is people that have drug abuse, and they have all sorts of different things that affect our younger years, and the way that we develop. We need to see. I can only speak, as I said, of myself, because both parents, they did the best they could. But I know that one of my parents at times, both of them, and this could also happen to any of us, when we are not healed, because most of the people are not healed. We're not healed mentally and physically in many different aspects of our lives. We have not done the work. We need to do this work for ourselves, to heal ourselves from past wounds, because our soul, see, we're not just a body. There are different parts of us. Like a computer, we have files. In our mind, we have files of things that have happened to us in the past, things that have affected us so deeply, that have hurt us so badly, that we hide. And then we use ego in a different way, where ego is supposed to be here to help us, and like to cross the street and to go into endeavors and adventures, and ego should be a part of the psyche that we use to better our lives. But when we use ego in the negative form, then it doesn't do the service that it should do. The most important thing for us is to know ourselves. And I cannot stress this enough. We are beloved. We are loved beyond words. When you come into trust in the Creator in a manner where you surrender. But I don't know if you understand what I'm trying to say. When I surrendered, when this happened to me in my journey, I had nowhere else to turn. There were no answers anywhere. I went to my church. They told me, pray, go fast and pray, and I did. And by me fasting and praying, I received answers. They were my answers. They did not indicate me to go to a specific church or do anything like that. I just listened. I listened to my heart. And it's been years and years and years of me studying myself and this world and the spiritual world that has been good, because I I'm not a physical being only. I am first spiritual, and I am having a physical experience with my spiritual self. And when I'm gone from here, the vessel that carries my spirit will be laid down, and then my spirit will leave. But there's also other things. There are other things, there are other dreams that we can have that can come to fruition. God is a miraculous, most omnipotent being. I'm telling you, you are loved. You are breathing. You take yourself, you get out of your bed every morning. You brush your teeth, you go get your cup of coffee or a glass of water or tea or juice, whatever. And you go on your merry way to your work. You get in your car and you have bazillion thoughts in your mind, and you wonder, what is this day going to be like? Or my boss is this and my boss is that, or the teacher expects this of me and I can't figure this out. And so everything, people are thinking, what am I going to do? What am I going to do? I have to tell you that when I get up in the morning, actually when I wake up during the night, I speak to God through in the night. My mind is talking to God and He's talking to me. My life, I'm telling you, I have received a peace that is not from here, and an assurance where I'm going. I know where I'm going. I know exactly where I'm going. A love letter. A love letter to someone that you've never, I can't say you never heard of or that you've never communicated, because I'm sure many of you have communicated with God, with Spirit. But just imagine that this letter is for you. It's just for you, no one else but you. And all the wishes of your heart, your dearest wishes, they can come true if you but believe. Believe before it happens. Believe in the unknown. Believe in yourself, in your dreams. Nurture your spirit. Feed your spirit beautiful things. By doing so, it will be reciprocated for you 10,000-fold. The understandings that you will have of yourself and of this creation, it will leave you speechless, because this is not just what you are. We don't just have organs, physical organs. We have also spiritual organs, the energy centers that are called chakras. Every time we go to sleep, some of you may remember, I don't know, but we leave, we go and study. We are not just, our spirit leaves and then we return again when we become conscious again back into this world. I've had experiences, many of them, where my spirit leaves my body, and it's been difficult for me because I'm a rebel. I don't want to come back. I want to leave because I know how sweet it is on the other side. And I'm not putting down religions or anything like that, because the journey of the soul is sacred, and what you choose to follow, God, He honors you. He honors us, and He loves us so dearly that He wants His children united united in song, united in thought, and united in all manners, so that we can be a planet that is filled with love, and a love letter to each one of us to tell us how special that we are, that there's no one like you. You are a miracle. When they do the thumbprint, when they do this, when you do documents, or if people have gone to jail, they take their fingerprint, and there's not another fingerprint like yours. This is how they find the criminals, or yeah. But our thumbprint, there's none. Yours is the only one. There's not, out of 8.2 billion people, not one is the same. You are so divine. But we've forgotten to be divine. We've forgotten to be like God. We've forgotten. We have forgotten. Many of us have forgotten. And those that haven't, wonderful. And I applaud them, and continue your journey in your happiness and that which you believe to be true. But those that don't have anything, that don't understand or are seeking, go within. Go within, for the treasure is within. Jesus said in the Lost Gospels, he said it, the kingdom of God is within you. The kingdom of God is within you and me, within, inside. Like when I've told you before, Mary Poppins would take all her things, her little props, the things that she needed, she would just go where? Within, inside her bag. We are our own bag. Your minds are so, you have no idea the power of your mind. You, all of you, can change reality. And you think, oh, that lady, shut her up. There are not very many people that are watching me, and that's okay. Father told me that too. But it's okay. For the day that I will no longer be here, many will watch, many will listen. And if I can just leave one little seed for you, to let you know that you are loved, and you don't understand this kind of love. It's an unconditional love. I know we've all made mistakes. All of us, not one of us is perfect. The perfection that we have is within our soul. And our soul is kind of like, I want to say, the caterpillar. It's just like a little worm that's just moving around, just moving. Doesn't have wings yet. But when the caterpillar becomes a butterfly, the butterfly can see her wings. She doesn't know that she has wings. But then the caterpillars are watching, hey, why does she have wings? We need to transmute. We need to change. All the things, work with ourselves with all the things, the wounds that we have had, that we have acquired throughout our life since little. And if you don't know how, nothing is easy, because everything takes time. Patience is a virtue. This is why patience is a virtue. But if you love yourself enough to do this work for yourself, like parents go through divorces that can be chaotic, and they can cause lots of harm within the emotional stress that's caused in a home, the breakage of a home. It can be very, very detrimental to our mental health and our physical health as well. for everything is affected with each other because everything is linked. You are being seen as a light in the world. Excuse me, I'm going to have you are a light in this world. All of us are. And to believe that what we are, we need to live in the manner where our light will shine and bring light unto others. We must imprint passion to our purposes because God sees us as creators. Become passionate for the things that you love. And if you become demoralized about your life, about situations, then work harder and release more, and open yourself up to more. For when you do that, you will be giving yourself, you'll be loving yourself. Find the purpose to fill yourself with energy. How? By singing, dancing, going for walks, meditating, exercising, speaking to a friend, playing the guitar, playing with dolphins if you happen to live by the ocean. Love life. Love life and forgive yourselves for whatever things that you may have done, and things, if you have done things that make you feel sad, then stop doing them. If you're doing things that are hurting yourself or hurting others, then stop doing them. And if you have things that you feel that you cannot work with, then find professional help. There is professional help to be had. And then ask yourself daily, what can I do on this day to satisfy my goals? Do introspect of your mind and of your life and see the best of you. Feel fabulous. You are seen as a beautiful being of light. And it's not what you guys think. It's not what people think, that we are seen by what we are truly are. We just do not see ourselves that way, but we need to. And we need to create communities where we are so loving with each other that we help each other, lift each other in the different, like, let's say, like I've told you before, I have mangoes and you have apples. Let's trade ideas. And then we live in a world where there's so much selfishness and people want to gain power and they destroy, and there's just so much imbalance. The world needs to change, but the world will not change if you do not change, if I do not change. We need to have expectations. We need to truly study who the people that are going to be in government before we put them out there, before you vote. Do research. Do yourselves a favor. The world that we live in this world because we've created it. We need to become responsible for the things that we think and for our actions. If we do not do this, then we will just be complacent, like whatever, like nothing matters. We're just living. We're just taking space. And you can do that too, because you're not forced to do anything. You can be an honorable person. You can pretty much do whatever you want to, but there are consequences in this life for all of us. If you want to have a better life, if you want to live and create a better world for your children, your grandchildren, I'm going to tell you, faith and fear are the same force. Fear means anticipating and waiting for something negative. Faith means energy of possessing something and the peace of spirit, positive. Your dreams can come true. You can realize your dreams. You can see yourself in another. It's because you don't just see with these eyes. You need to use our spiritual eye right here, and our eye of our imagination. Our power is in our imagination. Imagination is key in how our imagination and our emotions are together. When you put them together, it's like heart and mind coherence. When you marry those two, then what happens? You create with intention, and you see things before they happened, and they happened for you've created them with your mind, with your love, with your intention. You are beings that are gods and goddesses. Believe that you deserve. Believe that you are deserving of having a better life. Believe that you can change, that you can surrender in body, in mind, and soul, and with all the passion you aspire to reach your goals in life, to desire more for yourself. And not just, I'm not talking about just things, I'm talking about things that will help create your world and others better. Like when I remember when I was living in Hawaii, and I visited very many different beautiful places, and I used to wonder, how can those people, the very, very wealthy, live up in those beautiful little houses up there? Not little, but big houses, almost like mansions, and then have people that are so poor. The difference was so one extreme to the other. Like I would think, what can I do one day when I am a millionaire, when I have access and to the resources and be able to do things? I don't want to just aggrandize and make myself big and have money just for me. Money is an energy. It's a beautiful energy that can create so much good that we can all be partakers of, and in this kingdom be able to use everything, our resources, with love, and be able to see the best in each other. This love letter that I've asked Spirit, and he told me, when he told me in so many words, I was just very touched. I cried a lot because I am very emotional. When God speaks to me, sometimes I laugh and other times I cry, because he knows me so well that he knows every corner of me. And this one particular time when I was speaking to him, and we were talking about the love letter, and then he said to me to write my own love letter to myself. I did that, and it's personal, and I can't read it to you, but I will tell you, the universe loves you so dearly. Write what you desire to experience, and do it with such deep thought and with such focused mind that I promise you, what you write will come to pass, and you will have created it. and write the most beautiful love letter to yourselves, because you have the same thing I have, where there's no difference between us. I invoke our human power. We have human power in our union. The world is a circumference, is round. The world is round, people. When a mother is pregnant, her belly is round. Our eyes are round. Where the babies come from, when they come from the mother, it's round. The moon is round. You look at the solar system, all the planets are round. And the circle is eternity. It never ends, it never starts. There's no beginning nor end. This is where we come from. These are our origins. We come from a highly being, a being that's filled with love, and not just love, but intelligence and wisdom, and all that there is good, all there is good. To find that which creates your life, to find it, we must let go of the things that no longer service us. We need to walk in truth, our truth, no longer accept crumbs, give to ourselves, and make sure that we are reciprocated. And this is not done in a selfish manner. We cannot give when our cup is not full. Our cup needs to be full. We are our own love letter. I can tell you many things about my life, but I don't want to be boastful. But my heart just rejoices thinking you can have the same and even more. Write your love letter. Write your own love letter to yourself with the things you desire for yourself, what you expect from this life. When you have expectations of this life, then you will also give better of yourself. You will give better of yourself to life, and life will reciprocate to you 100-fold. Recapture the feeling of that childlike feeling that you can conquer anything, that you could do anything. Reconquer it. The wisdom, the intelligence, what's the word? To being a valiant warrior of the light, we need to know ourselves. We need to understand us. We need to love us. And we need to embrace us with the full knowledge that what we have and what we can give comes from the source that has created all. And this is regardless of religion, because I'm not, like I've said, I'm not mentioning religion. I'm just talking to you guys about love and about the condition of this world, about writing. Write that which makes your heart happy. Use the language and the words. I love to read Shakespeare, and I love poetry, and I love beautiful words, and I think this world needs more of that. I love Elizabeth Barrett Browning. I love her beautiful poetry. How do I love thee? Let me count the ways. Isn't that beautiful? And I just want you to know that you are loved. If anything I've said throughout this whole video, this whole hour, you are loved. And then ask, why am I loved? And you'll have hundreds and hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of answers. That's why you are so loved. Just for the mere fact that you're alive and you're breathing. And that in itself, my beautiful soul family, it's everything. To know that we are loved, to know that we have someone that we can rely on. I talk to my father like I'm talking to you. He talks right back to me. And there's no difference between you and me. And I am told many things. And I want this world to be happy, to enjoy the beauty of nature, to have people have good services, to have the government serve the people, but also the people serve government. And I'm not just talking about this country, I'm talking about all the countries, and I feel that all the countries, this entire earth needs to have more love. There has to be justice, and we give ourselves that justice. When you do not accept something, stand and be accountable for what you think. Do not be afraid to speak your truth. Speak your truth at all times, because you will be honored by speaking your truth. And when there are more of you together, remember, this is just, okay, please, when I'm going to tell you this is an illusion. This is just an experience. This is a dream. We're all players. We've all decided to play parts, and we're playing in this game called life. And there's so much more behind the spectrum that we can't even begin to fathom. But right now, just work with the things that make sense to you in the simplicity of life, but make your life exquisite. And this love letter that the universe is offering you, write your own words, write what's in your heart, write what you expect, put it under your pillow, and then every day when you go to bed, read it before you go to bed, and then go into that world. And in the morning, do the same thing and be grateful. The word gratefulness, the essence of gratefulness, to be grateful for something that these eyes do not see, but your interior third eye sees, your spiritual eye sees, and you nurture it with what? With your emotions, with the beauty of your emotions. How does it feel to be in this brand new job? How does it feel to be in this relationship? How does it feel to be in my new home? How does it feel to have bought this beautiful piece of land? How does it feel to live in a country where everyone is happy? How does it feel to live in a country where the jails are empty? There are no criminals. How does it feel to live in a world where there are no hospitals for people who are not sick? How does it feel to walk in the middle of the road, in the street, in the middle of the night, and you're not afraid that no one's going to attack you and steal from you? How does it feel to live in a world where you feel safe? How does it feel? So work on that, my beautiful soul family, and have a most beautiful, beautiful weekend and a beautiful summer wherever you find yourselves. And I love you all, and God bless you. And God bless this world, and God bless each one of your hearts and your minds and your bodies, that you can do the things that you need to do. That I bless your health, I bless your money, I bless your jobs, I bless your ideas, I bless all the things that matter to you, that will make you happy. I love you again, and I say this, and I love you. See you next time. Bye.